Yeah, buddy, what is up? Welcome to a special edition 200th video Thursday night. We're back on Thursday. It doesn't work as good as Tuesday. Anyway, we're here, and welcome to DuctTapeDynasty. I am the DuctTape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And like I said, this is our 200th broadcast. It's 200th video, okay? Not quite 200th show, but we're trying. But tonight is a super special show. Super special. And you guys know why. It's in the description. But anyway, before we get started, let me ask you guys to do one favor. Look, we are at 192 subscribers. We are so close to 200 subscribers. So if you would, please, if you're not already a subscriber, minimize that screen before we get started. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, the follow, the bell, all that good stuff. That helps us out, does the algorithm stuff, and gets our show out there. Hopefully you like what you see. Hey, if we suck, then unsubscribe, whatever. But man, I want to see 200 because we are on our 200th video, and that means that we have a special guest in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Colonel in the comments, Sir Dan Hall. How are you, brother? Welcome.
Hey, doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty Studios. What do you think?
It is everything I hoped it would be.
And more.
Actually, I knew what the studio looked like before it was the Duct Tape Dynasty studio.
This is true. This is true. By the way, if you see me looking over there, it's because that's where Dan is.
And if you see me looking over there, it's because that's where the dude is.
Yeah, the dude, the duct tape dude. Anyway, yeah, man, Dan and I go way back. We are old military friends. Once upon a time, Dan used to be one of my troops. And now he has surpassed me, and he's way better than me, and he's kind of big time in the military. That's why he's called the Colonel in the comments, but we've got him in studio, so we are super excited. He was out for work, took an extra day, and I'll say I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, glad to be here. Awesome opportunity. And actually, I was just doing the math. 18 years ago, I think is when we first crossed paths. 2006.
18 years?
18 years ago.
It's been that long. Dang, we were stationed. Dan, still in the military. As you guys know, I'm retired from the military. Dan, shoot, you're 19 years and something now, right? You're almost at 20 years.
19 years and 10-ish days.
Yeah, man, this guy's put in some time. You've been deployed for like 4 years. Is that right? Like a long time.
About 4 years, seven deployments.
Jeez. Anyway, this guy's seen it all. He's a big time. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate your service, of course. And I especially appreciate your friendship. It's so good to see you again, man. It's been a while. Last time we were together, you were being promoted beyond me. I retired as a major. This guy is now a lieutenant colonel, so he's officially surpassed me. I'm his troop now. So am I doing okay?
I would say, who did that promotion ceremony, by the way? Who's the officiant?
I think it was me. Of course, I couldn't get my uniform to fit anymore, but whatever. You let me wear civvies. I appreciate it, dude. So, yeah, how's life? How was your trip out here? He actually was out here for work. It worked out. You don't have to go into the details of what you were doing, but how did it go? Everything went well? You're here all week, right?
Yeah, it was great. Just flew out on Monday, had a conference where I was talking with some other leaders from the career field. Josh and I, obviously, same career field, airfield operations, a little bit of air traffic control, a little bit of airfield management, airspace, and a few other things sprinkled in there. But just talking to some of the leaders for a day and a half, and then, took the opportunity to take a day off today and fly out tomorrow.
Hey, I appreciate it, dude. I really do. It's so good to see. So we had some B-dubs, hey, B-dubs, if you want to sponsor us, go ahead. Yeah, right. But anyway, like I said, I'm glad you're here. But Dan is here for our football show tonight. We are covering we already did the draft thing, but we're kind of doing draft grade review. So we'll get into it. And then we have actually kind of a fun segment, I think Andrew used to call it the summer series, which is a great name for it. We do kind of it's obviously the off season, so we got to fill time with some other things. Hockey going on right now. Hockey shows are big right now. That'll be going on. We still doing that. But right now, let's talk about the draft and new hat, Josh. Yes, this one arrived today. It is another Kevin Youkilis hat. Shout out to whatever the heck the name of what is this?
Is that a Kevin Euclid
Boston.
pack? Is that's what he wears?
Yeah. I got
Or
it
is that
directly
his
from
brand?
him. No, this is a what is it? A Boston Scally hat. There we go. That's what it's called. But yeah, I got a new one today in the mail, so I'm excited about it. Summer Series getting a little bit of an overhaul this year. Andrew working his magic in the graphics. You guys will get to see that a little bit later. But Dan, did you watch the draft? Did you get a chance to check it out? I know you're a busy man.
I think I followed the draft somewhat online. I don't think I saw any of the draft until the third day, and that's when I realized it was actually outside.
All right. Well, I just lost my TV feed. God dang it. This show, man. I tell you what. So now I can't see any comments. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So if I unplug that and plug that. Okay. Hang on a second. Hopefully this doesn't.
Turning it off and turning it back on.
I'm going to try to turn it off, turn it back on. Okay. Here we go. I got, guys, look at this. I got cords everywhere. Let's see. Let's get that TV back on. Come on, baby. Oh, that's the wrong one. Come on.
Is Mary out in the garage flipping switches?
Probably. Come back. Because usually I have to unplug this thing and then plug it back in. And that's going to take your camera offline. It's going to take power offline. It's going to take all sorts of things offline. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. That's our show. Well, I guess you're going to be following the comments. And now I can't find my mouse because it's on the other screen. God, we are such a professional operation here.
Josh, take this iPad, and I got my phone over here. So adapt, improvise,
all
and
right,
overcome.
sorry about that. Yep, we're doggone it. Well, we got set up like an hour and a half ahead of time, and I was like, I don't know what to do. An hour and a half ahead of time set up. What are we gonna? And then go figure. Even when we set up an hour and a half ahead of time, it still craps out. Now I can't find my mouse. I can't. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible because now I can't do anything. All right, screw it. We're unplugging it. Sorry, Dan. Goodbye.
See ya.
Plug it back in. Come on, baby. Come back to us. I'm sorry, guys. This is terrible. What happened? Oh, no signal. Okay. Well, I've got no mouse, so I can't do anything. I can't even shut off the show and start over. Oh, man. Checking connector. I am so sorry. God dang it. Sorry, guys. This is terrible. Nope. I mean, I can't do anything. Come back. Oh, now Dan's in the top one. We don't have my screen. I have this screen back. Do I have a mouse? What the hell? Come on. Oh, I got a mouse back.
Hey,
okay. So watch this.
Crushing it.
You know what? God dang it. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is how professional our show is, Dan. I'm sorry. So there I am again. Let's get you back on here. Oxvid. Well, now you get to see how we really roll, Dan. Gosh darn it.
Is it commonplace for the Duct Tape Dynasty studio?
Kinda.
Yeah, the bad luck.
There we go. We got Dan back on. We got me back on. I think we're back. Let's get to the show. All right. So draft, folks. Sorry about that. Wow. Let me see. Could be a very long show. Yeah, we got our screens back. Gosh darn it. Anyway, here we go, guys. So football show back in action. football grades from the draft. We all watched the draft. Dan saw some of it, followed it. Here they are. You know, I was kind of surprised. I expected to see, you know, some worse grades. The worst grade on this thing is what, a C, Dan? I mean, what do you see on that?
It looks like Atlanta Falcons as a C, which I agree with him at being towards the bottom of this list for all the Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins conversations
Yes.
going on. So I still don't know. Did we figure out what the Falcons' plan there was? Just have Penix Jr. sitting on the bench as a, you know, number 1 draft pick for a couple years?
I mean, I guess, you know, because honestly, if you take him, and so these rookie deals come on and they're 4 years long with an option to get the 5th year, of which we do have news on that. We just saw before the show started. But essentially, so they just bring in Kirk Cousins. They pay him $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. For Andrew, how many years? 4 years, I think, is his contract. So if he plays out that contract, that means that this dude they drafted is going to be on the end of his rookie contract. So they could pick up his 5th year option, keep him cheap for 1 year, and then they're going to have to pay the dude. It's like, what in the heck were they doing, man?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, looking back a couple years, you looked at Alex Smith going out to Kansas City, and then they drafted Patrick Mahomes, and he sat on the bench for 1 year, and then he became the starter at that point. So I don't think that that's the plan here. If you're paying Kirk Cousins $180 million, but yeah, you're right. Once his rookie contract is up, like they're going to have to start paying him as well. So
yeah,
maybe they think the future's bright with Penix, and he's a legit prospect. But again, I would have argued that they probably had other needs other than going after a quarterback that high in the first round.
I would agree.
But I guess, as always, time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, who knows what their plan is, but one thing that bothers me the most is down on the bottom left there, you see the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2-time Super Bowl, well, multiple time, but 2 in a row time Super Bowl champion there with an A. Go figure.
Well, I mean, there's no surprise there, right? I mean, and actually they did have a fantastic draft, especially trading up with a conference rival to get that first round draft pick. And was Worthy the fastest person in the draft this year?
Yeah, he ran like a 3-second 40.
I will put my feelings of the University of Texas aside and still grade that as a extremely well-timed trade up and pick in the towards the end of the first round. As we saw last year, the Chiefs had a lot of issues with receivers bringing in passes.
Oh my gosh!
It was drops left and right. So hopefully this kind of shores up a little bit of those problems. Once they got to the playoffs and they didn't have Tony in throughout the playoffs, and actually towards the end of the regular season, their number of drops kind of dropped off, as it were. But I think great pick for them, and also Bills B. That probably would have been higher for them if they could have done something maybe a little bit better and not traded away that first round pick, but. But the story of the Bills, I think, is not so much the draft, but what they did in the offseason, because they dumped all their players. I mean, when free agency hit, we were talking about this ahead of time, and we've said it many times, dude, this next season of Pick'em is going to be absolutely insane because every team is different. I mean, the Steelers we were talking about, Russell Wilson is the quarterback of the Steelers. What? And Justin Fields is the backup there, and I think we just were hearing that he might be punt returning as well. So yes. I'd be interested to see how that works out in preseason if that's going to come to fruition at all.
That is crazy.
Andrew just put it in the chat here, reference to Worthy, that he broke the 40-yard dash record at a 4.21.
Yeah, boy can move, dude. Give that guy number 10. Let him run. Oh, never mind. Anyway, there was another one that I was going to talk about. Shoot, who was it? Well, the Chargers. My Chargers got a B-, which I'm not too excited about. I was really hoping that we would end up with Marvin Harrison Jr. Of course, the Cardinals go and pick him right before us. They had the 4th. We had the 5th.
So if Marvin Harrison would have dropped to the Chargers, you think they would have picked him up? Or
absolutely.
Yeah,
they had to. They dropped all their receivers as soon as they got Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Speaking of receivers, though, I was interested to see the 49ers, I think, took 2 receivers in the draft, and they still have their receiving core from last year. They didn't trade anybody out, I don't think. And yeah, they went out and picked up 2 receivers. So that's another kind of, I would call it kind of questionable picks when, again, what's the value? What do you need? And
they might just rotate them in, dude, and just, I mean, it could just be nuts, you know. Who knows what that's going to end up.
Go to a bunch of 5 wide sets now.
Yeah, 5, 6 wide. I mean, who knows?
I think it's 5.
Yeah, five's the max.
But somebody to throw them the ball too.
They'll put 3 people in the backfield and have them all go out as well. I don't know, but so DraftKings actually went and put the draft results into a AI generator thing, and it predicted the next 10 Super Bowl winners. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this. The first one, of course, Kansas City Chiefs getting their 3rd in a row. I mean, unless an injury happens, I think that was going to happen anyway, right, Dan?
I mean, how could you root against them at this point? I'm interested to see what the odds are before the start of the season, and what the payout's going to be for, you know, not just the Chiefs, but everybody in general.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably going to have to put in, you know, $3 to make one.
Yeah.
For the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and we just talked about the fact that the landscape of the NFL has completely changed, and players are all over that used to be elsewhere. We don't know what teams look like anymore, but there are a few teams that look very similar, and Kansas City Chiefs is one of them. Dallas Cowboys, who basically sucked in the offseason. Well, I mean, they're the Cowboys. They ended up with C+, but Dallas Cowboys look the same, and the Niners look the same, although they got more receivers and whatnot. So the Niners being second on the list there, I could see, honestly, this year, I could see a repeat of our last Super Bowl we just had.
Yeah, like going down the list here, you know, obviously Chiefs, Niners, Bills, Chiefs, you know, the first 4 years, unless something drastic happens in the next, you know, couple years, you know, nothing too surprising there. But then once you get to 2028, the Dallas Cowboys, and Andrew already made a comment that it won't be Dallas in 2028. I think I was pretty upset last year because I actually, in the playoffs, I picked Dallas to win their game against, you know, better judgment against, you know, probably all the prognosticators out there. I picked Dallas to win. And I think going back the last, you know, 30 years, going back to Troy Aikman, after Troy Aikman, I think the Cowboys have won something like, it's got to be like 3 or 4 playoff games total. So
it's terrible.
I think I texted Josh. I was like, I will not pick the Cowboys to win a single playoff game again, and you know, and pick them until they can prove to me that they at least can win 2 games. Until then, I'm not picking the Cowboys ever again in the playoffs.
Dude, their problem is Jerry Jones, and I'm sorry to say it. I mean, he's an owner. The guy wants to win one more time, but we talked about several people who are entering senility. They're senile. Jerry Jones, not necessarily senile at this point, but he ain't making the best decisions for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
as of late.
When was the last Super Bowl for them? 94, 96?
Yeah, like 94, 96, somewhere 90s.
Niners won in 95.
I'm sure Andrew's our guy that's always, you know, he's our, if you watch the Pat McAfee show, he's our Tone Diggs. Yeah. He's always looking up all the data and all that.
Giants, Commanders, Cowboys, Niners, Cowboys, I think. And then Broncos twice in a row.
Say that again?
91, I think, would have been.
Oh, yeah.
The Giants, and then the Commanders after that, and then there was the Cowboys twice in a row.
Yep. I know they did back-to-back.
And then the 49ers beat your Chargers after that.
Yeah. Well, that was a great Super Bowl for me, though, because I had the 49ers and the Chargers in the Super Bowl, 2 teams that I love, you know, so I wanted the Chargers to win, but that was kind of a can't-lose Super Bowl for me. The one that I love on this list, though, is right down there, 2029, the Detroit Lions. Bo is in the comments, or at least he was earlier. And as we know, last year, he picked the Lions to win their division, and we all laughed at him. All of us. There were 5 of us on the show, and we all laughed at him. And they won their division. So I don't know what Dan Campbell is doing out there with those boys, but whatever it is right. And I would love to see that happen. What's your view on the Lions? Are you a fan? I'm not a fan of the Lions per se, but the fact that they've just stunk for so long.
I mean,
it would be nice to see them do it.
So first off, I'll start off by saying I'm a big underdog fan, right? And by underdog, I mean those franchises that have had a rough go of it. Some of those rough goes are 100% self-induced. I'm looking at you, Cleveland Browns, over and over again, just making horrible decisions in the front office. But yeah, I don't know. I certainly didn't pick the Detroit Lions to turn around their franchise as quickly as they did. So I'll hop on the Lions bandwagon and what they have going on there. I think it's just kind of they brought in some new players, but it's a shift in attitude at the head coach level.
Oh, yeah.
And it's permeated throughout the entire team. And Detroit Lions 2029. I don't know. That might be too far out. They might actually be pretty competitive before that.
Yeah, they might. You know, that Buffalo Bills right there, the 2026. I think that one's suspect. Maybe put the Lions up there.
I'll read you Andrew's comment. Do we think Buffalo will actually get over the hump?
No.
No?
They dumped their whole team.
Yeah.
They dumped, not the whole team, but they dumped a bunch of guys.
Well, here, let me ask you this. Do you think they make the playoffs next year? Wild card?
Do they still have Stephon Diggs? I mean, everybody moved.
Yeah.
So is he still on their team? Seriously, do you know? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I think they're going to be a bubble at best.
Yeah. Wild
card at best. I don't see him. And by the way, guys, in the comments, please, and I see Andrew, you're blowing it up. I love it. Wally, we see you in there. We see everybody in there. Thank you, by the way, for the comments. It does the algorithm stuff for us as well. You've heard me say it many times. And so I appreciate it. Keep it going, guys. It makes it so great for us. Share the show as well if you want. Let other people know.
Diggs in Houston. That's right.
Who?
Diggs in Houston.
He really, oh my God. Yeah, no. I say the Bills don't make it. No, Bills are done. Poor Josh Allen. At least he'll be rich.
Good for him.
So yeah, that's that. We did mention the whole 4th and 5th year option reference the Atlanta pick. And we hinted that there was some news of a team that did not pick up a 5th year option. This was rather surprising. Dan, do you want to give that news?
Are you talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess the Pittsburgh Steelers just announced that they weren't going to exercise the 5th year option on Najee Harris. So
what?
I'm wondering what they have planned. I just kind of did a cursory look on the 2025 NFL draft and see what the prospects are out there. And there's some good ones, but I mean, I don't think that there's any, number 1, 2, 3 overall picks in that group, or even top 15. But they might have their eye on somebody else to trade for. But
boy, I don't know.
But yeah, now we get to look forward to next offseason and see where Najee Harris is potentially heading off to.
Yeah. I mean, I was really surprising. I mean, I think Naj is money. I think he's a huge part of their team. But anyway, one that really piqued my interest down there was the old Chicago Bears. 2031 supposedly going to get a Super Bowl. I wonder if Caleb Williams will still be their quarterback at that time. Anyway, they obviously picked up Caleb with the first pick, and as we heard earlier, they shipped off Justin Fields to be a punt returner in Steeler land. But reference the Chicago Bears, there was actually a pretty sweet release that came out today that I want to get to and show you guys. And of course, now OBS is crapping out. Oh my Lord! Come on, fade. Oh, that's the wrong button. Sorry about that. Sorry, Bo. Broncos have been eliminated from playoff contention. Anyway, so yeah, the Bears reveal their plans today, and they've been leaking it for a while, but they officially revealed their plans on a new $4.7 billion stadium. And we're rolling a little clip of the pictures that were released by NFL on Fox on Instagram that show, what the Bears stadium is projected to look like. Holy cow.
4.7 billion with a B.
With a B, as in Bravo. Yes.
That is ridiculous.
That's insane.
It looks outstanding. Those are some pretty good renderings of it. Do you think the AI that took into account for the next Super Bowl winners took into account the new stadium
I think
coming
so.
in? Yeah.
I think so. It had to. I mean, if I'm playing in a stadium like that, I'm winning a Super Bowl, man. Look at that thing. That is impressive. But my God, the price tag on those things. And what are they going to name it? Are they going to name it Soldier Field again? I see Andrew in there. I think Soldier. They won't name it Soldier Field. They'll sell the rights to it.
Is it going to be,
Maybe
Soldier Field brought to you by Hewlett Packard?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Or maybe they'll go and get Heinz to sponsor their stadium now that they don't sponsor the stadium in the Steel City anymore.
Oh, no.
So anyway, that is a very, very, very impressive facility. Wow. Guys, what do you think in the comments? My gosh, that thing is a monstrosity. Amazing. I do want to kind of, even though this video is playing, I do want to kind of go back a little bit to, what the heck? Let's do this. And now I lost my mouse. Golly, what is going on? Here we go. This is terrible. Dan, this usually doesn't happen like this, but we're having super issues. So anyway, I wanted to ask you, and it's already unofficial, but let's go ahead and make it official with you in studio. We run a little pick'em show that runs during the NFL season, each year. We've done it now for 2 years, and this will be the third year. There's potentially a slot opening up. Do you think you want to be in the pick'em for this year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And actually, I think you already announced that I was, and then
did.
so I think you kind of forced me into it.
Yeah.
But no.
I wanted to.
Happy to do it.
I wanted to get you on
looking
camera.
Forward to it.
Now it's there. You go. It's out on the internet. You can't undo it.
So I will say though that I took a look at your standings from last year, and was it Bo that came out on top? Was that 182?
Well, shoot. You know what? I've got them. Oh, look at that. There's a picture of Andrew on there. I don't know why that's on there, but hey, there's the old standings. At 182 and 105, Bo was
182.
And then Dave had 177 and 110. That was our second place. Now, you did a pick'em, not with us, but you were doing like an online thing, right?
Yeah, so I was doing my own pick'em league with a bunch of other friends, and I did have to adjust it during the playoffs because you let me know what your like in the Super Bowl you had 3, right?
Yep.
Coin toss, winner, and over-under.
Yep.
Yeah, so I took that into account along with the picks that I already made, and I ended up at 178. So based off of your standings in this pick'em league, that would have been secured what? Second place?
Second place.
Yeah, all right.
Second place. First loser.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Congratulations. But who knows what's going to happen next year? Bo absolutely dominated. I don't know if he's still in the comments. He might have given up when everything crapped out. But that's our show. Anyway, the reason we're here tonight, we're actually going to play a little game. Let's get to that. Let's do this. Let's have some fun, shall we?
We shall.
Tonight, we are doing the Fast Food Draft, Volume 3. Now, Andrew made this graphic, and he was adamant about keeping that Volume 3 on there because of the fact that I've done a fast food draft twice with him and been beat each time. So I've given up on him now. And now I'm going to try to beat you on the fast food draft. Right. So anyway, the way this works, we've got there's 5 categories. Let's see, what are they? Would you like fries with that? There's Sunday chicken, although the first icon on there is not Sunday chicken. That's they're not open on Sundays.
So I was going to ask you about that. The category is Sunday chicken. Is Chick-fil-A a legitimate pick?
I don't know, man. Maybe maybe there's some hidden. This is an asterisk show, so maybe there's a hidden, something behind that when you pick it. So don't pick it. Anyway, next category. Let's go global. We had this as a taco category. But then Andrew was like, you know what? Let's throw in like a Panda Express, a Chipotle. Hey, I like it. Then we got toasted. That's our, Subways and stuff. And then pizza. So the way this works, we pick one from each category. There is no rule on order of picking. You can pick from whatever category whenever you want. But at the end of the draft, it'll be a snake draft. You will have one from each category, and then you get a bonus from any category. So you could pick another fries with that category. And like I said, there's no rules on when you pick them. So if you're going to pick 2 from that category and you want to go back to back, that's up to you. Strategy. I hope you did some strategizing. I obviously don't do any strategizing. That's why I lose at this game every time, but we'll try one more time. Andrew's actually going to keep, hey, Brian Maxey's in the comments. What's up, Brian? How are you, brother? It's good to see you. Glad you're here. So he says, get him, Josh. So we'll see how this goes. Well, you guys can read what the things are. I'm not going to read them all off. That being said, you are the guest, so I guess I owe you first pick. First pick. Should we do a little music? Put a little music on in the background? No, that's our exit music. Let's do this music. We'll put on hockey music. So, Dan.
Yes.
Here we go, brother. It is game time. Andrew's going to keep track in the well, he's not necessarily going to put them in the comments, but he's going to keep track, write them down, all that good stuff. You're up, brother. First pick, and then I'll get 2
a lot of
because
pressure.
it's a snake draft. I'll get, second pick, then the first pick of the next. You get it. You know how this works.
Would you like to trade up
Ooh,
for the first overall
I've never
pick?
been offered. What are you offering for the trade?
Your second, third, and fourth round picks.
No. Denied. I will hang up that phone call. Thank you. Yeah, the NFL trivia music is not currently on the board, boys, so I can't put it up there. Sorry about it. Anyway, Dan, go.
So I am... I don't know what kind of fast ones that you try to pull on the fast food draft.
There's always an asterisk, dude.
But I am very leery about picking Chick-fil-A under the Sunday chicken category.
It's a legitimate choice.
Is it?
Even though it says Sunday chicken. I almost changed the category because of that. But no, it's a legitimate.
Well, because of that, my first round strategy here is to figure out what the biggest drop off is from what I perceive as the number 1 pick to the number 2 pick.
Okay.
And for me, that's going to be Chick-fil-A.
Dang it.
So I'm going to go with the first pick as Chick-fil-A.
Did I mention that does have a caveat with it. You don't want to pick that.
Oh, yeah?
You pick something else.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Well,
all right. Dan picks Chick-fil-A. Dang it. All right. God dang it. This happens to me every time. Why don't I it's my show. I should go first. Who are you? Look, I'm going to go. Oh my gosh. Now I don't know what to do. Because Chick-fil-A is a good pick. Popeyes is solid though. There's a couple good. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the comments?
Wait, we can solicit advice.
No, why not?
Oh,
why not?
Right.
Let's see. Oh man, I'm just gonna go. What the heck? I'm gonna go with Panda Express. Give me Panda Express. I love Panda Express. I'm going global. And then you know what? Wally wants me to take KFC. Popeyes is my move though, so I'm going Panda Express and Popeyes right off the bat. Okay, Dan's got Chick-fil-A. I've got Panda Express and Popeyes. Where are you going next?
That was a good move.
You got 2 picks.
If you would have taken KFC, I likely would have taken Popeyes with my next pick.
Well, good. I'm glad I got one from you.
Good pick. So now I get
you get 2 picks.
2 picks. All right.
Oh, dang it.
All right. I got fries with that category. I got a certain.
He's gonna do it. Dang it!
I got a certain one.
I should have taken it.
Just staring at me. I mean, there's 2 really good options in that one for me.
There's a few.
I actually already had my global picked out, and you did not pick it, so I was pretty excited about that. But we'll come back to that one because born elsewhere, raised in South Texas. Home, Corpus Christi, the founding city of Whataburger.
I knew it. I knew Whataburger was gone.
Whataburger. My lunch today also.
Good move.
We do not have Whataburger in Ohio, so I jumped at the opportunity. All right. My third round pick. Ooh, I will. A lot of good sandwich places.
No.
A lot of good sandwich places.
No.
Again, there
Don't
are.
do it.
Actually, there's
Don't do it.
3 or 4 locations for me.
Exactly. Don't take mine.
Which one do you think you would pick?
No, man. I lose at this game every time. Come on.
Ooh, not that one. Not that one.
I know where you're going. You might go there. Okay, I got it.
So I don't know. Like, so a very common place for me and my family to go to. A lot of times when we're driving home from church on Sundays, is to put in on the mobile app in the church parking lot is a Jimmy John's order.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say I was picking Jimmy John's. So now that I know that's not the one you were gonna, no, I'm gonna go with Jimmy John's for my third pick.
That's solid. That's not bad. I'm gonna double up on the toasted category now. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna take Firehouse subs. That's mine. That one's mine. I own Firehouse. And then I'm going to take Arby's. Arby's a little bit of a wild card in there. Although it's in the toasted section. I mean, we got fries. We got cheese stick. I mean, these guys got everything. Arby's has everything, dude. So I'm taking Arby's.
All right, so you got your
and Firehouse
wild card pick already?
Yeah, got my wild card.
All right.
I've gotten Global and Sunday Chicken. I've got 2 picks left. All right, I'm good. Oof. I'm good. So now you're up 2 picks. 2 picks for the Dan.
2 picks. All right. I'm going to go Global, and I'm picking Chipotle.
That's not a bad.
It is not a bad. It's actually a great pick.
That is a pretty good pick.
All right.
You got one more, though.
I got one more. So I am going to save my last pick for pizza time. So I'm going to double up on one of the other categories and do my wild card. Not going to do like that toasted. Not going to do Global. Not going to do chicken. So I'm doing fries with that. So for me at this point, it's down between Sonic, headquartered right here in Oklahoma City, or you know what?
Oh, no.
I do not appreciate the Western invasion into Texas of the In-N-Out franchise. I always grew up loving Sonic. Cherry Lime Slush. That Sonic Ice is awesome. So Sonic it is for me.
Sonic is a beautiful pick, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a good one. I did this last time. I really want to go In-N-Out on the fries with that. But I'm gonna go with the Golden Arches, dude. I mean, those fries, the Golden Arches fries are something to behold, dude. That is, they never fail. They are beautiful. So I'm going fries with that. Give me McDonald's. Now we're going pizza time. Okay, so this is my last pick.
Pizza for me.
Last pick here for me, and then you've got 1 pick left. Now the question is, do I go Pizza Hut or Domino's? Now we've got Wally in there saying the lava cakes from Domino's are money, and they are, dude. Those lava cakes are pretty legit. But those Pizza Hut breadsticks, dude. Those Pizza Hut breadsticks are legit. Give me Little Caesar. No, I'm kidding. I'm not taking Little Caesar. Are you kidding me?
Do they still have like a $3 large pizza?
No, I think they actually give you $3 now, and you take the pizza. Yeah, so that's the way that works. You know what? I've got a friend who is a Domino's guy. He runs a few Domino's stores, so I'm going to give the love to Domino's. And Wally, this one's for you, baby. Give Wally the lava cakes. I'm taking Domino's.
All right, so you're pandering to the audience there. I'm trying to buy those.
I'm trying to win, dude.
Okay. All right, so for me, it's Pizza Hut's a great option. Domino's may have been where I went with this because whenever me and the family order pizza, more often than not, it's Domino's that we're ordering from.
Fresh ingredients.
Yeah. So on the freshness, though, comment there is why I'm going to go the direction I'm going.
Oh, no. I know where you go.
There's nothing better
He's going Papa John.
Eating a nice hot pizza fresh out of the oven.
Papa Murphy's.
And you can go pick up the pizza from Pizza Hut, Domino's, all these other places, have it delivered. They put it in the little, packaging, that has the, keeps the heat in. But Papa Murphy's, you go pick up the pizza on your way home from work, put it in the fridge, and once you're ready to pop it in the oven, you throw it in there. Nice piping hot pizza, and the whole family can enjoy it. So Papa Murphy's is my final pick.
Papa Murphy's is between that and DiGiorno. So yeah, good picks, dude. Good picks. All right.
I like it.
Now what we need to do is actually, this is a something we haven't done before. I've lost my mouse again, which is fabulous. What? Dude, this show, we are so unprofessional. I charged this thing today. What is going on? Where is my mouse? Brian Maxey, you're in the comments. Where's my mouse? All right, here we go. So now this is wild card. Here we go. We are bringing Andrew on. Brother, how are you? What's up, brother? Are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was a frozen picture earlier.
Oh,
yeah. What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, man. Hey, welcome, Dan. Dan's over here. I know you can't see him because you can only see me, but Dan's over there.
Good to see you, Dan.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
Metaphorically speaking, because I can't actually see you.
Yeah, we did a little sound check earlier, and you got to see him. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, dude, yeah. So, wow. Now we're doing it all. We've got 2 cameras. We've got a phone call.
Yeah, what could go wrong, right?
But we don't have a mouse. So whatever. It's anyway. Andrew, you have been asked to keep track as our guy. So how did we do? Why don't you give a review? Give me our picks and then tell me what you think.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our guest. We're gonna start with Dan. Just going straight down the list. Starting with fries with that. He chose Whataburger.
Good move.
Solid choice.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Chicken, he went Chick-fil-A. Now, I'm going to stop there and actually explain myself because I feel like I'm Captain Asterisk at this point with this sort of thing. Sunday chicken I picked because it was a nice title because, you go to church, you get off out of church on Sunday, you got to have a barbecue. What do you have? You have Sunday chicken.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It just happened to be the fact that, Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays, which I think someone should take advantage, put a food truck next to every Chick-fil-A only on Sundays and call it Side Chick. But,
oh my gosh. Dude, that is a business model. I love it.
I'm taking notes over here.
This guy's retiring pretty soon. He might buy a food truck. Who knows?
But he has Chick-fil-A in the chicken. Solid choice. I personally think this happened on the first fast food show. Dan, I don't know if you know this. I called Chick-fil-A overrated and Josh hung up on me.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't do it again.
That's a good call. All right. Hover that finger over the hang up.
I can't hang.
Josh.
Dude, I already hung up on everybody earlier. I hung up on myself.
Good point. For global, Dan went Chipotle. Solid choice. Subs, he had Jimmy John's. Pizza, Papa Murphy's, and the bonus was Sonic, if I remember correctly.
Yes, yeah, Sonic.
That sounds right.
That is a solid.
It's a good list.
Draft class, I would say that. Josh, you went for, I would say, of the two of you, more of the staples.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to do.
Dan went more region specific, even though only one that's kind of region specific with him is Whataburger.
Yeah.
But you went with the classic Golden Arches of McDonald's. You went with Popeyes, Panda Express for the Global, which was the newest addition to our draft. And I knew people in the comments, especially my mom. Also, since I'm on the show visually, hi, Mom.
Yeah, got to say hi to Mom. Yeah.
She loves Panda Express. When I mentioned to her that was going to be on the pick, she got giddy with excitement.
Well, I got it.
Then you went with Firehouse Subs. I was trying to talk to you, Dan. Our psychic link isn't working. I was saying, do it. Take his sandwich spot because I knew he wanted Firehouse. I knew it. And then he also wanted Domino's Pizza. I knew that because I took both of them from him in Fast Food 1.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And then he took Arby's as his bonus, which that was kind of an awkward one to place because it's not a burger joint, it's not a sub joint, but it does have roast beef sandwiches, so that was kind of the closest place it fit.
Yeah. I went in there because of the wild card factor, the fact that it essentially is a fries.
It literally is.
It's kind of like they even have a little bit of chicken. Anyway. So how'd we do? What do you think? By the way,
both of you did a great job.
By the way, you're gonna post this on Instagram.
Yes,
either this weekend or whatever. We'll do a poll.
Yep, I'll do a poll, kind of like you. If you are a fan of the show at all, you've seen with Masketology, you've seen with uniform tournaments, you've seen with everything. I did it with our summer series last year. I guess technically it's May 2nd. This is summer series kickoff. In a sense, because we did the fast food draft to start summer series, so maybe we should do that every year. Just start off the summer series with food.
Yeah. Well, I keep not if I lose. I'm done if I lose 3 times in a row. I'm out.
Find
dude.
something
I'm
new.
out. Yeah.
If you lose,
Honestly,
I will
though,
accept a rematch.
Okay,
we'll do volume 4.
Oh, great.
That's fair. Looking at both of them, you guys both did awesome. I think you're both rationales behind it too, especially on the pizza front with you, Dan, on the Papa Murphy's. That was a good angle.
Yeah, it was good analysis.
I think as far as just home run hitters, you guys are about even. You have some that are better than others in some categories. For instance, I'm a Firehouse fan over Jimmy John's, but I like Sonic over Arby's, so it's kind of like a take and give. If you could put both of your lists together and like pick and choose, I think it would be the perfect list.
Well, of course.
One for chicken, I think is underrated. I just don't know if it's as popular, but I love it. Is Raising Cane's?
Yeah,
that's
Cane's
what I
is
would
pretty
have
darn
picked.
good. Yeah, I like Cane's.
But that's not about my pick. It's you guys now. You finally got tired of losing to me, so
Yep. That's right.
I do think, in my personal opinion, where I would go to eat and all of that stuff, I think you did win, Josh. Just based off of where I would go, I think you won.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
He just wants to boost you up so you'll go rematch him again.
I said I think you win, but it's not up to me. As we said, it is up to you, the viewers, and the fans. You are going to vote on the polls, which I know you'll get to later. You'll talk about it here in a few seconds, where you can go do that. But it is up to you to decide who wins Volume 3. Does Josh come back and is a third-time loser?
Probably.
Almost pulling a Buffalo Bills 4-in-a-row loss.
Well, maybe.
I mean, you can't lose 4 in a row.
Does he
unless you
redeem
lose
himself
3.
and win third time's a charm? Ooh. That is for you guys as the viewers to decide.
We shall see.
I trust you.
We
viewers.
shall see. Anyway,
I trust you.
Dude, thanks for jumping on with us. I know it was the last minute thing.
No problem.
We're going to drop you off because I'm going to have a little bit of story time with Dan here. There's some stories that I need to tell about him when he was just a wee youngin', one of my troops. This is going to be
Sounds
the good
Wait,
the good part
it's getting
of the
kind
show.
of late. Do we have time for that?
There's
DTD,
no rules
after
here.
dark.
There's no rules here. So, yeah, but we're going to let you go. I appreciate you jumping on, especially last minute like that. So thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, even if it was just a little way in. Dan, it's great to be on a show with you. Hopefully we're going to have some more shows together in the future. I will say be prepared for the Pick'em show because fantasy football is coming up, and I know we could use some more people in that league.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
we do
Pick'em,
have a fantasy
I'm
draft
not coming
as well.
in third to last place this year. I'm coming for the belt. So you watch out, and Bo, you watch out. But
there's a belt.
Well, there might be. We need to choose
there
a
could be a
trophy.
belt. Who knows?
We still need to
I'm
work
not
on a
getting
trophy.
the cluster on a iron shaft, that's for sure.
Cow pie cluster.
I'm
yeah.
not doing that. But
That's
with
on
that
its way
being
to
said,
bullying.
you guys have a great rest of your show. Thanks for having me on.
All
I'll
right,
see
brother.
you probably this weekend for our next show.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's geek out just for a quick second before we do that.
Fun.
Saturday, you and I, it's May the 4th.
It's a holiday on Saturday.
Yeah, it is May the 4th. And, sir, May the 4th be with you. Oh, come on. There it is.
And also with you.
Yes.
I had to do it.
Yeah, we're going to try to do a little Star Wars geek out show. We'll do it NFL style, but we're going to try to do a show on Saturday and just at least, show our respect to the Star Wars saga. In fact, Star Wars, well, we got Andrew on here as well. Andrew's a big Star Wars fan. Now, Dan's got a couple kids. I don't want to, release too much information out there in the internet.
Sure.
People see this. But you're getting ready to expose your kids to the Star Wars greatness.
That's right. Well, we actually are a couple episodes in at this
Oh,
point.
really?
Yes. And I did a little bit of light research ahead of time to figure out which order in the series that we needed to watch them in. So, and what I found was there were two basic ways to watch it. And it is either the theatrical release or the chronological order of them. So theatrical release would be episode 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
then 1, 2, 3, then 7, 8, 9. And then you can sprinkle in Solo and Rogue One.
Rogue One, yep.
Or chronological order and just go 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as I was trying to decide which way to, introduce my kids who are 11 and 9 to Star Wars, I wanted to see what was the best way, or what the pros and cons were on either side of that. And what I ultimately decided, me and my wife, was to do the theatrical release order, just because that
Solid.
there are potential spoilers if you watch 1, 2, 3 first. And there are you start with the oldest first, so you have the older CGI, and then you start, or was it even CGI back then?
It was,
but
yeah, whatever they did.
Anyways, I'm sure we were still watching the digitally remastered version of it, but you get the older movie, the older graphics, and then you kind of come to more modern times. As well as they're experiencing it the same way that I'll say that we probably all experienced it. We watched 4, 5, and 6 first because that's all there was 4, 5, and 6. So we actually watched 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then we've watched instead of going 7, 8, 9, we chose to, after episode 3, we watched Solo, then Rogue One. We were able to make that connection of the last scene in Rogue One marries right up with the first scene in A New Hope.
Oh yeah.
So we've watched what is that? 8 of the movies now.
Oh, you're well into it.
Oh yeah. We're well into it.
I thought you were just getting ready to expose.
Oh no.
Right.
Yeah.
A couple episodes, I think 2.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the last 3 to watch at this point, and then we got to start talking about Mandalorian,
Yes.
Obi-Wan, and all the other
good.
ones
Yes.
that are out there. So
Did I mention that I sold my Disney stock right before they acquired
you
Star
did
Wars?
mention that.
So that was good.
Solid move.
That was a good move. I did not get any help from any.
So I'm interested for the folks in the comments, which way would you have chosen to watch those? Chronological order, or more the theatrical release order, like we're doing right now?
I like your method. I like the theatrical release. You know, that's the way we were exposed to it, and look at the fans it created. So, I mean, it did a pretty good job. So I think you're going right. I think you're doing well.
Thank you.
Quick question though, and this is rapid fire. Andrew, I want one from you, Dan, one from me. They might all be the same. Best Star Wars movie. Dan, you're the guest. Go.
Ooh, rapid fire. Return of the Jedi.
Ooh, okay. Andrew?
I'm going to say Empire Strikes Back, but I do, since my generation has a very strong love for Revenge of the Sith, too.
I'm
Josh looks like an episode 1 guy.
yeah, that was so good.
Actually,
totally.
Jar Jar Binks
That
was
was-
so
No, he's
good.
an episode 8 guy.
Yeah.
that was
was so
another method to it, was just taking out episode 1 entirely out of the watching
and
order.
8.
Episode
Please.
1's not nearly as bad as it used to be, but that's
It's pretty
I don't-
bad. I'm gonna say
Better than 8.
I'm gonna say I would have gone Empire Strikes Back as well. I think that's kind of the fan favorite, and it's mine as well.
But it's got Ewoks in it.
Yeah, but
Or sorry,
That's
that was
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Sorry.
Just the snow stuff and the walkers and you get it. I love that stuff. But Rogue One is not. That's up there as well. It's definitely top 3 for me. Definitely top 3. But anyway, that was just, I wanted to hit that. Anyway, Andrew, I know we said we were going to let you go and then we kept you on, but now we're really going to let you go. Love you,
Sounds
brother.
good.
You're
Thanks
the
for having
absolute
me on
best.
tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next time, brother, on Saturday.
Yep, talk to you next time.
All right, see ya.
That's true. See ya.
All right, Andrew is gone, and I went back to, I didn't go back to the wrong screen. So story time with Dano. Dan, as I mentioned, used to be a troop of mine once upon a time. We met at Lakenheath. And so the first time, now we're officers, so he is, and so we're the guys that they put in charge or whatever. And Dan was my troop, and I was going somewhere. I don't even know where I was going, but I left you in charge for the day. And I said one thing to you. I said, don't burn the building down. I literally got a call. I think I was down in London, and it's Dan on the phone. And I'm like, well, this is good. And he says, hey, just to let you know, now a radar approach control is called a RAPCON. That's where they guide planes and all that. That's one of the facilities that we work. He said, hey, just to let you know, we're evacuating the RAPCON. There's a bit of smoke coming from the ceiling. There might be a fire. Anyway, I literally told him, don't burn the place down, and he lit it on fire. That is my favorite Dan story.
In my defense,
yes,
the building did not burn down.
It did not burn completely down. In fact, it didn't even... But anyway, it was just hilarious. I mean, that's what you say, right? Don't burn the building down. And then he calls and is literally like, it's on fire.
Did you leave me in charge again at any other point?
I think I sent you on the next TDY, and I think I sent you down to London, and it was right when all the London bombings happened. I swear. Were you down there for that?
I'm pretty sure I was.
Yeah.
For that opportunity.
Yeah. So I was quite a boss. No wonder I'm not one anymore. So, you got any? Oh, you've got a decent story about when I moved from Lakenheath. I went to a base and arrived there to. Why don't you go ahead and tell them, Dan?
Well, so when we were at Lakenheath together, as a squadron does, there's always opportunities to do fun things. And we had it was either a football game or like a ultimate frisbee game, right?
Yep.
And it
was called drag football.
What was the reasoning behind that?
It was a fundraiser for CFC.
Was it a fundraiser? Okay. Yeah. So you bid on people to have to dress up in drag and go and play this ultimate frisbee game or football. And of course there was, members of the squadron that were there to document it, and I unfortunately can't find any of those pictures, or else I would have.
I'm thankful
sure that they were displayed. But what I did do at the time was, because Josh was moving from England here to Oklahoma, and he just so happened to be moving to a unit where I had a good friend in that unit already. So the pictures that I had of Josh in a nice dress, it was nice. You did a good job picking it out. Sent that forward to my friend who was able to print out, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 dozen copies of it.
Yeah.
Put it on the door to the building as he walked in, and put it over the urinals in the bathroom, and put it all around the building. I didn't know what they were going to do with it. I just made sure that they were armed with
that they had
that opportunity.
Yeah. So I literally show up, and I show up to I'm showing up to be the boss. I'm the new boss showing up in town. And literally, the building you walk in, it's got a cipher lock on it. So it's a secure building, and it has this little window about this big, and it's filled with a picture of me in a dress. That's how I show up. And and then I go in, and they're above the urinals, they're down the hallways, they're on my desk, they're in the radar approach control. The pictures are freaking everywhere. The best part is, he gave no background whatsoever.
Oh no, why would I?
So I show up, and all the troops are like, they look at me, and I'm like, why is nobody talking to me? Like, I don't get it. Finally, I asked one of the guys, and he's like, yeah, man, we didn't know about like what was up with you. All these pictures of you in a dress show up. And anyway, that was my intro to Vance Air Force Base. My first day in charge, I show up in my picture of me in a dress over a urinal. It was fantastic. Anyway,
you're welcome.
Dan's that kind of guy. So Dan and I have plenty of stories. I believe I filled your Jeep with balloons.
Oh, well, and it wasn't just balloons. And actually, how many people did you have?
It was me.
Help you out with that?
Oh, no. I can't remember. I grabbed a few troops.
Your tax dollars at work, folks.
Yeah.
So it wasn't only that. I don't know if you remember this, but you or somebody went by the education office on base, and in the education office, They probably have like 5 or 6, universities represented there, like Embry-Riddle, Toro, or, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, to my disgust, I guess, is they have OU in there as well.
That's right.
And for those of you that probably don't know, I went to Texas Tech University, and so Josh knew I was a Red Raider alum and huge Texas Tech Red Raider supporter. So he went there and asked them for all the swag that they have and brochures. So that he had trifolds, he had
Their
keychains, magnets, probably a lanyard or two, and so he not only put those in my Jeep and even attached one of the keychains to my gas cap in my file cabinet in my office. In between like each individual sheet of paper, there was an OU brochure. I was finding OU crap in my office after you moved away, so probably a year later.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that was classic. Yeah, and you had to pop about 400 balloons just to get in your vehicle.
And I was actually kind of concerned about that, because as I was popping the balloons, the only thing I had is I had a pin here in my
BDUs
top.
at the time, yeah.
So I take that out and I start, just stabbing at the balloon so I could get in and drive home. And I look over and I see a security forces vehicle just like stop right there. There's 2 security forces airmen just looking at me laughing.
Oh gosh. And my concern was our office was right on the flight line, is F-15 base. So there's F-15s rolling by and all that stuff. And I was like, one of these freaking balloons is going to blow out of this Jeep and out onto the runway, get sucked up by an F-15. And anyway, but it didn't happen. He managed.
Yeah, and it wasn't only that either. We shared an office at that point. And
yeah,
in the middle of the office over to Josh's side was normal. The middle of the office over on my side was, again, filled with balloons and streamers and OU.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think that was actually, that was the week that, or the time that I sent you down to London and the bombings happened. I think that was your welcome home.
And it was you probably sent me down there just for the purposes of being able to put balloons in my Jeep.
That's why I did it. Yeah. Well, and you tried to burn the building down.
Yeah.
So a couple of reasons.
Sorry.
But anyway, Dan is a tremendous guy, great friend of mine. Dude, thank you so much for being on the show with us. This is awesome. There are plenty more stories. He's going to be with the Pick'em as we go throughout next season. Are you you're a pretty good host. You're a pretty good co-host. You think you want to maybe call in and co-host a time or two over the season?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'll have me.
Okay. Well, I think we can. I think we can make room every once in a while, so we'll do that. But man, anyway, like I said, lots more stories to come. But one last thing I did want to cover before we get out of here. We recently have had actually quite a few requests for not merch, but gear. Okay. So, because we don't have merch, we're not making money on anything out of this. We're just, we have silly little stickers and, jerseys and stuff, but we got asked for hoodies. And so Dave has actually been out working on a hoodie. Now, this is a pretty rudimentary, don't dog this picture too much. This is just kind of give you an idea of what we're kind of working on. Would be the back of a hoodie for our hockey logo. Of course, we have all sorts of different logos. We have football logos. Andrew has logos, and we can really we can one-off these things and make them however we want. But the front of this actually has a picture of just that duck head all over the front of it. And I think we're going to go through a company that sublimates them. So it's not a screen printed thing. It's actually into the fabric of the hoodie. So it's not going to run. It's not going to peel off. It's not going to fade, that kind of stuff. So anyway, just to let you know, we've been asked a few times for some things, and we are working on it. Just want to let you guys know that we're out there doing that for you. So plus we want the stuff. It's good stuff. Now if I could just find my next slide. God, man, I've had a terrible go at this show, haven't I? Anyway, so that's it, dude. That's our show for this evening. But
ooh, man, that goes by quick.
It does. We've actually been going for over an hour. I think I just hit the record button on accident. But anyway, These are our socials. So we mentioned that for the fast food draft, that it was actually going to be put on Instagram and there's going to be a poll and all that stuff. Andrew's going to do that. That is on his Instagram, which is the very last one down there, that Big Sky Country. That's his Instagram. You can go there to vote on all our polls. Tell us who won. Me. Vote for me. For God's sakes, I can't lose 3 times. The top 3 are the main Duct Tape Dynasty things. You guys see this at the end of every show. You know it. Screenshot it. Follow those accounts. Hey, send this out. Let's get to 200 subscribers, okay? Let's do this thing, shall we? Dan, any last parting words before we get the heck out of here?
Hey, just thanks for having me. It was an awesome opportunity. I'm glad that we were able to get together while I was out here for work and kind of be able to see the magic happen. Even though
Man, you saw
things
the
don't
chaos.
go always as planned. Like I said, improvise, adapt, overcome, resiliency, right? So anytime you want me back, I'd be glad to come back. So unfortunately right now it's not football season. I know you do a lot of hockey shows as well. Not a big hockey guy, so I won't have anything to offer there. But anytime you want to have me back during football season, more than willing.
Outstanding. Well, we're definitely going to have you back. We welcome you to the team. Glad you're here. Thanks for taking an extra day and hanging out with me. And that's it, dude. We're going to get the heck out of here. We love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Like I said, share it. Let's get to 200 subs. And we will see you guys next time. See ya.